Good morning, this is Dr. Samuel Augustina Lata Jayaraj, Assistant Professor, Department of BBA. So today I am going to handle the topic on HRM, that is Human Resource Management. So as we all know, the role of an HR manager is very important in an organization. So the basic resources in an organization are men, material, machine and money. Though you possess money, though you possess material, though you possess machines, but it is a human power or human resources which is treated as a greatest asset for the development of an organization. So if you take it as a human resources, it can be divided into two, that is the resource who works, that is the people who works in the organization as an labor or as an employee, and another resources is known as a HR, the person who acts as a managerial role. So here today I am going to give an overview on the functions of human resource manager. Let us see the functions of HR manager. So the first and foremost function of a HR manager is to recruit and select the employee for an organization. Nowadays you might all know that wherever you are going for an interview, it is a HR, and generally we say it as a HR only, we even don't pronounce it as human resources. So the role of an HR manager is to appoint the employee. So there are various steps to recruit the employee in an organization. So it depends upon the organization. Few organizations, they conduct either test or they conduct interview process. So for the sake of student, as you all know, the placement drive. When placement drive is taken place in our organization, in our institution, you are writing test, then you have an interview with the HR manager. The HR manager will have a direct face-to-face interaction with you in order to study, in order to analyze, in order to view how you are answering or what is your knowledge, what is your tactful planning on what you are going to do. So the recruitment process, if you are doing well, the HR manager will appoint you for the job. So HR manager will have a certain set of policies. Based on the policies, the recruitment and selection process will be taken in the organization. So it is the HR or it is the duty of an HR management to recruit the efficient and eminent employee in an organization so that the work can be carried out in the organization without any disruption. And next is your creating a safe working environment. As we all know, suppose if I am appointed in a job in an organization, the first and foremost thing I'll ask with that organization is whether it is safe to work here. Safe in the sense we should have a security of job and we should have a proper good environment, we should have a proper working environment. The working environment should make me to feel happy and cordial to the atmosphere. If in the working environment, if I frequently face political problem or any domination problem or any bias problem, I cannot work for a longer period of time. So we have to ensure that the working environment should be completely safe, and that is the duty of the HR management to keep the environment as very safe and secure for those whosoever comes here and join. So from the female point of view, they need medical amenities, they need medical leave, and they need more facilities as compared to man, and all the facilities are provided within the organization, and that is to be ensured by the HR manager. The third point is handling disciplinary action. So in the working place, whatever the organization, it may be your MNCs, it may be your education institution, it may be any factory, any industry, we have to maintain proper discipline, and discipline is based on completely code of conduct which the company gives you. So all the companies will have certain set of policy known as certain set of standards or code of ethics or code of conduct which has to be followed. That is, during the working hours you are not supposed to take any drinks, drugs, alcohol or any sort of misbehavior within the organization. If you have found it, the HR manager has got complete rights to take action on you, provided the HR manager is also he should also follow all this discipline code of conduct, then only he can take action against his employee. The next point is planning of workforce in the organization. So in an organization we have many cadres of employees, that is the people who have completed education level at school level, college level, professional, or apart from that manager level. So based on that, each and every people should be allocated job according to their qualification or according to their capacity or according to their capability, and this is done when you are recruiting the employee. So as we say, recruitment and selection process, select the best employees according to the job to which they fit, right. So in the same way, you have to allocate the job to the employee according to their knowledge or according to their efficiency to what they are. Suppose if you are allocating a job to a person who cannot handle that job, so that means that is not the role, that is not a proper function on the part of an HR manager. He has to analyze, he has to study the employees through any test, or he has to through the interview who might know. Okay, based on that, plan the work properly and then delegate it to the proper workers and get the work done through. So this function, if the HR follows properly in the organization will run very smoothly. And the next role is managing employees. One second, rendu point pathra. Manage, and the next function is managing employees benefits. So there are various benefits given in the organization for the employees, and the HR manager has to see that all the benefits reaches to the employees properly. It should not be on any partiality basis. While entering into the organization, employee signs the document and he knows what are all the benefits are given. Benefits may be in terms of monetary and non-monetary benefits. HR manager has to ensure that the employee, those who are working under me, receives all the benefits properly at proper time and whenever it is needed. So benefits, again you can take it, if you take it as a monetary benefit, incentives, bonus. So when you are giving in, there is a certain set of percentage is based for bonus or incentives. And if you take your Factories Act or Industrial Act, all these benefits are clearly given. So HR manager should abide and he should follow all the act, and according to the act, he has to decide the benefits that reaches to the employee in the organization. Then one more important point, that is training and development, which is given to the employee in the organization. So generally you all know what do you mean by training and development. So training is given not only to a new employee when he enters the organization, but also to an employee who switch from one job to another job. So training makes you more perfect in a particular job to which you are stick on. If I have been deputed to some other job to which I don't have any knowledge, but I have experience of 18 to 20 years in a particular job, again I will be given training to adapt with that job. So it doesn't mean that training is given to the person who don't know anything, or training is given to the person who needs something more. It's not like that. And in the case of fresher, when he enters into the company, of course he needs training, because he don't know about the role, he don't know what is the job he is going to get in. So instantly we can say it as during the induction program, training is given to the person who is newly appointed. And again under training we have on the job training and off the job training. So on the job training denotes that you work along with the machines, or you work along with the systems, or you work along with the department, and you can learn a lot. And off the job training, that is you have the virtual training or departed from the on the job place and you learn a lot, right. So and due to training or because of training, you develop your efficiency. Till now the government is organizing training and development session for the teachers. The state government, the central government, all government and all the organization also gives training then and then, or otherwise known as refresher training, to all the employees in the organization, never bothering about the years of experience. And the next function of HR manager is to performance appraisal management. So we all know appraisal means what I am doing the work in the organization. In an organization there are 10 or 15 members. who all are working together. 5 members may be working, another 5 may not be working, but may be drawing the same salary. So therefore, in order to see how much the people are contributing to the development of the organization, then and then the assessment of the employee will be done. And this assessment is not only done in private institutions or organization, but also at the level of state and central government departments. Continuous monitoring system is there, performance appraisal management system is there, and the higher officials will go on recording or reporting what are all the work the employee is doing, and based on that, sometimes their designation, or sometimes their deputation of work, or sometimes their transfer or promotion of work depends. So performance appraisal management makes you to work more and contribute to the betterment of the organization. If such systems are not there in the organization, people will lethargically work, and as I already said, few people will work and few people will not work, but everyone will draw the same salary. And the next function is your diversity and inclusion. So you may be wondering, what is diversity? So the word diversity denotes people of all religion, people of all denomination, people of all gender, people of all ages, people of all educational qualification. We all work together in an organization. So a HR manager should be completely impartial in his function. So whatever is delegating the work, it should be properly delegated to all set of people according to the efficiency. And inclusion denotes that everyone should feel that I have been accepted, I have been suggested, I have been respected in the organization. So many places these grievances are more. That is, few people are recognized well and few people are respected and accepted by the higher officials, and few people are not accepted. Even though I possess all my necessary experience and efficiency, I have not been accepted by the organization. This happens. But what is the function of an HR manager, or what does the HRM says, that you have to accept all the employee as a human being. Apart from that, and more than that, you have to recognize the work. Then only the overall organization will develop. The next function is your employer and employee relations. So the HR manager has to maintain a cordial and good relationship between the employer and employee. So employees may be at lower level employees, middle level employee, or top level employee. HR manager has to deal with all the employee in a proper manner. He has to be very polite, he has to be very patient. First of all, the HR should listen the grievances of the employees from all the level, and he should be not at all, he should be impartial towards the employees, because if you are showing your favoritism in the working place, the employee will lose hope on you. They will never gain confidence. Oh, my HR will support me, my HR will help me in my situation. They will never get a confidence. Therefore, maintain a cordial and a good relationship between the employer and employee. Listen to them, try to solve their grievances, provide a good suggestion so that they can come out of all their remedial measures. And lastly, the employee has to take all the initiation, coordinate all the functions, as we have already seen in the meaning, that is recruit and make the employees to work in the organization. The main aim of an organization is to attain the goal. The goal of any organization is to get success, and that success is achieved when you get attainment of goal through profit maximization, attaining more market share, expanding of branches. Okay, so when all these employees who are working under you are happy, you can attain the goal of an organization. Next topic, we are going to see about the qualities of an HR manager. So what does the quality denotes? That is the inherent quality which is possessed in all the human being. A person cannot act as it is in the society. He should have some good qualities. If I want to prove myself as a good HR, I should possess good quality. Therefore, this quality is divided into 3 sections: personal quality, administrative quality, and social responsibility. So first of all, let us see the personal quality. So the first is your integrity and honesty. Integrity and honesty denotes that you should be honest to the organization where you work. This is for the HR. So my personal quality, if I am not honest to the organization, I cannot be honest to my employee, and I cannot expect the same honestness from my employee towards me. So honesty is the best practice where and whichever the place you follow. If you are unable to be honest in the working place, of course no employee will respect you. So the HR manager has to integrate, has to coordinate all the workers in the working place to do the job, and that too he has to prove his honesty. And the next functions or next quality is emotional intelligence. He should be very patient, he should be very cordial, he should know to balance his emotional intelligence. In many places it happens that the HR manager loses his temper and he shouts at the employee like something. We have to see the point, even the employees are also an human being, and even they are working in the place where the HR is working. Therefore, if an HR is unable to control his emotional balance, if he is unable to control his emotional temper, he cannot prove himself as a good quality HR. Right? So he should possess tolerance and patience in the working place. The next is your empathy. So what do you mean by empathy? Empathy denotes think people as I am. That is another point we can say. I have to put my foot into another person's shoe. Then only I will come to know whatever the difficulty he is facing. Many times it happens that an employee will have lot of grievances. He want to express to you, but you are the person. You don't want to listen. What does he want to say? That means you are not at all having any sympathy, or you are not an empathetic person. So if I have some grievance and if I want to tell to my HR manager, there should be a confidence in me that my HR will listen to me whatever I want to say. So empathy is the main factor which everyone in the organization, irrespective of the organization, whether it is a small organization, large scale, medium, MNC, government sector, or whatever the sector, you should have empathy towards your employee. Then adaptability. As a good quality of a HR, you should have adaptability towards the employee, towards the organization. So adaptability denotes that you should adapt according to the changes in the environment. So days were there, years were there when a set of people, they used to adapt to any phases of life. But now the younger generation, even they speak out, even they want to suggest things, even they want to say. We should be in a position to listen. As in HR, he should be in a position to listen and act accordingly. So that doesn't mean that you should listen abruptly or act whatever is not needed. It's not like that. Adapt to the situation, adapt to the circumstances, adapt according to the people. So some people will have some type of attitude. You listen to them. Other people will have some type of attitude. You just observe them and then take your decision accordingly. And the foremost thing is confidentiality. So if I am going as an employee, I am going and representing my problem to my HR. The next moment my HR should not go and represent it to the another colleague. That is not good on the role of an HR. He has to get everything inside. There are 50, 100 employees in our organization. Everything he has to get inside. And he has to give the suggestion, or he has to give the remedies according to the need of the employees based on the confidentiality. Be a confidential person in a place where you are working. See, till today many of the people, they are working from home. So we can say we all in the IT sector work from home. Even those people have a good connectivity with their HR, though they are in work from the home, and they represent whatever the need, whatever the demand. Through the HR, they represent to the next level of manager, right? So this is the foremost quality which an HR needed. He should not be a gossiper. He should not be a backbiter for the employee. Then the next quality is supposed to be self-motivation and initiative. So I should be able to motivate my employee. If I am a person, if as a HR, I am a person who always demotivate my employee will never get good opinion on me, although I am doing good job in my working place. But if there is no appreciation, always depreciation or always demotivation, then what is there? Nothing. Right? Be a good motivator. That will only induce your employee to do the work efficiently. And this motivation factor is frequently found lacking in most of the educated people also. Ego should not play in anywhere. Don't be a egoistic person. Just get down from your place. Just get down from your position. Mingle with all the level of employee and take what they want and give the best to the employee. Then only you can prove yourself as a best HR. Then communication skills, that is very important nowadays, since people, those who are working in IT sectors, we are not only within India or we are not only within Chennai, we are moving to next level of the country. Take as a pan India, or I am going to the abroad, so where I needs communication. My communication should be good. If I have communication, then only I will able to communicate with my employees when I am going at international level. And communication skill doesn't represent that I need only English. It represents that you should have a good interaction skill with an employee. Whatever I want to convey to my employee, that should reach proper to the employee. Just like that, I am coming to the organization and I am just giving the work to my employee or not at all listening. So that is your bad communication. Okay. So that is another chapter. If you go in depth, that goes to some other point. So we should have good listening, speaking, as well as your English communication speak with the employees. Then decision making ability, that is more needed in the working place. If you don't possess any decision making ability, we cannot take any decision, or we cannot think anything analytically. You have to think analytic. Okay, whatever the problem that comes across in the organization, it may be based on the employee side, it may be based on your organization side. Okay, take over the problem, take it off, think it analytically, take the decision properly and give good suggestion to the employees. And second quality is your administrative quality, and this quality is completely based on the administrative level. The first quality, personal quality, that was completely based on the role, based on the quality of an HR. But this is the administrative qualities which is needed in an administration level. So many times we say, oh, this person, he don't possess any administrative quality. So because if you have good administrative quality, then only you can bring the department, or you can bring your organization, you can bring your company to the next level. And HR should possess a good administrative quality, that is knowledge of all laws and HR policies. Here law denotes all the labor law, right? In all the organization you should know the laws, the legal policies, the legal practices, whatever the compulsion procedures, everything the HR manager should know, right? So if you take your central government departments, if you take your state government department, they have set of laws. If you take your factories act is there. If you take your labor laws are there. So even the HR manager, he should know all the law. If you take your IT sectors also have the companies which are based completely at international level, even they have set of laws. So all the laws, they try to protect the employees from all the angle, from your work environment, from providing your job satisfaction, and all 360 degree. So the next administrative quality is your organizational skill. A person should possess a good organizational skill in the working place. HR, being an HR, he should possess a knowledge of organizing all the resources properly. He should know how to integrate the resources properly. He should know what are the needed things in the organization that should be provided in time. If it is your factory, make your employees to work at the proper time. Get all the work done at the proper time. If it's your IT sector, you have to go for recruitment process, you have to give training. So these skills, if it is there in the HR manager, the organization can give best to the development of the institution. The next one is your recruitment and selection process. As we all know, today's generation, they all go for interview process and they say the HR has conducted the interview, the HR has conducted the interview, and this term was not known to us before 25 to 30 years back. Of course, this term was used, but it was in the name of personal manager. So HR manager is a recent terminology which we are using for past 10 to 15 years back, right? So this HR manager should possess the necessary ability, proficiency and efficiency to recruit the proper employee for the proper job. For that, he has to plan a set or schedule of interview process, what he is going to conduct for the people. If people are fresher, or if the person who is going to appoint for the job, if he is a fresher, the set of questions or the interview based questions should be based accordingly. If the person who is coming to interview, if he is an experienced person, the set of questions should be based on that pattern. Not only the question here denotes, either it may be an oral interview or any test pattern. The next is your performance management skill. Performance management skills represent your analyzing the performance time to time. So in many organizations, it is a systematic process of appraising the performance of the employee. So this process are mainly taken within 3 months, 6 months or 1 year. Why this process is being taken? In order to analyze how much the employee is doing the work in his working place. The employee may not have been much acquainted with the job, but then also he is showing off as though he is doing the job. Another employee, he is giving his full effort, but he is not getting any recognition. In order to make the differences, or in order to study what is the discrimination that takes place in the organization, it is mandatory that performance appraisal system or performance management system should be done in an organization. And this performance management systems are now generally based on the software. There are many softwares like human resource management system and employees management system, which appraises employees performance. And the next function is your conflict resolution ability. So it happens in all the working areas. Conflict between the employees is common, conflict between the employees is general, and we all know if you go to large MNCs, I want to come up and you have to go down. This is a strategy they follow, so that otherwise we can say it is a politics. So because of politics, there are organizations which have lost good employee, which have lost working employees from the organization. Therefore, the HR manager should possess the necessary ability to manage the conflict in the working place. Otherwise, we can say it is a conflict resolution process. Get the conflicts from all the people. Try to resolve it. Do not be partial to all, right? So, do not focus on only one side. Whatever the proper judgment you have to give. At the most, an HR manager should ensure that the organization runs without any conflict. For the smooth functioning of an organization, it is must that your organization should ensure 100% ethical standard rules and policies in the working place with good environment. And the next is your analytical thinking. Analytical thinking is crucial for the working place, because if you don't have any analytical or logical thinking in order to see what is good or bad, you cannot discriminate between the employees. You should be a person, a HR should be a person who should be able to think critically, who should be able to think analytically and to take judgment judgmentally, right? And the third quality is your social responsibility quality, which every human being in an organization, whether he is an employee or whether he is an HR, he needs. So among that, the first one is your promotes diversity and inclusion. As we all know, diversity shows, or diversity means diversified employees for various areas. So now we have people in our organization, in any organization, from north, northeast, northwest, right? So we have people of various zones, various states. We have people of different language, religion, caste, community. gender, than other educational qualification. So when we have people, when the company possesses employees from diversified areas, it is needed that the HR manager should coordinate and cooperate with all these people and take all the people in a streamline and take all the people towards the achievement of the organizational goal. And all the workers in an organization should feel that I have been respected, accepted and recognized as an human being as well as an employee in their organization. If the organization just takes into consideration the employee of his state and gives more respect, and if you are not giving any due concentration or consideration to other state or other religion or other the bias employees, that means we are not respecting or treating the employees equally. So we should avoid all this. Being in HR, you have to respect, and the organization has to accept all the employees as one. Then support the well-being of the employee, and HR manager has to give more concentration for the well-being of the employee. As the HR gives more concentration towards the development of the organization, in the same way the well-being or the employee welfare is also very, very important. So if I have some complaints and I am just going and representing to my HR, he should get into it and he should give proper suggestions. He should show me the right way and he should see that I am being protected in the organization. Until now, many of the employees are still working from work from home in IT sector. People who have availed maternity leave or those who are on medical leave are still working from home. That is, the company is giving that much importance to the employee. Although thousand and thousand freshers are coming in the job market, but the employees who are already working in the IT sectors are not fired off. They are still treated as one of the important employee and they are given all the provision whatever needed in the workplace. And the community engagement, that is, we should be cordial with the community within the organization and external organization also. We have to be cordial with the stakeholders or those who are all connected with the organization. And next function is your environmental consciousness. Being an HR manager, we should be very much conscious about the environmental development also, as now we all know we give more concentration or we give more attention towards getting green environment. That should always be focused, conduct more activities. Being an HR, go and conduct more outreach program, extension activities, that which is beneficial for the community growth. And be in ethical leadership, show your ethical attitude towards the employee, prove yourself as a good leader and show that you are the best HR manager in an organization. And workplace safety is much needed in the organization, which each and everyone deserves. And being an HR manager, we have to provide all this to our employee, those who are working under us. So since the name denotes human resource management, treat all the human beings as resources, whatever the category they belong in the job, whether it is a lower level employee, middle level employee or higher level employee. So resources are known as an asset, and treat all the employees as an asset. So rest of the topic we'll see in the next class, right? Thank you, students.